Hi Sagittarius, thank you for joining me. This is your in-depth monthly reading. So what we do here, if you are new to this channel, so we are gonna be I'm gonna be using Major Arcana Tarot cards and then Animal Spirits and Oracle deck to get the major energy lined up, and then we are gonna be using multiple tarot deck to get in depth, and then at the end I'm gonna be also pulling out messages for mystical shaman and what you need to do at this moment as per the universal guidance, and what you need to work on. It's like invitation and medicine, that's what they call it. So and yeah, so it gets very deep and longer, so if you're interested in that, welcome. Let's get the major arcana first. Chariot. I love this horse. This is my favorite chariot. I mean, I have another favorite, but anyway, this is amazing. Okay, before I get into this, let's get some animal spirit. We got wolf in reverse. We get otter in reverse. I'm gonna get one more. And then you have gazelle. Very interesting. Are you coming out of this energy? Because this is so much movement, and there is a sense of staleness, like stalemate, sense of calm, sense of pause. But okay, I'm gonna see how this is playing off. Let me get another, just one oracle, and then okay, pure nature. Okay, let's see. So Sagittarius, the first thing that I'm feeling intuitively, I don't know, for some reason it's drawing my attention towards this eyes of this horse, and it's extremely dark. Like here is black, jet black, and I feel like I feel like you are gonna get this. I'm getting a little bit of sense of anger here. Something infuriated you. And I'm also feeling like it's not negative anger though. You are very much aware with your sun and moon lined there. Like you are very much aware that this is something you need to do, but you are getting this sense that you need to be aggressive at this moment, and you need to confront something with no fear. Something that really kind of messing up with you or messed up with you, something that made you believe otherwise, or someone, and you feel like enough is enough. And I feel like you have been very patient and you have been very understanding for a very, very long time, but now something just ignited you, and I feel like I don't know, I cannot take my eyes off from these two eyes of this horse. It's like it feels very and I feel like more you are gonna address this, maybe you are a little bit hesitant to address that you have a certain kind of anger and you have a certain kind of aggression that is you are kind of holding inside, but you want to confront this anyway. But I feel like you don't want to admit that you are confronting it out of anger. But this anger, let me tell you, is not negative anger. It's a positive anger. Sometimes aggressiveness is what we need. But the moment you are going to acknowledge that, the moment you are going to tell yourself, you know what, I'm going to confront it, I'm going to go and take it, I'm going to go and shut them off if they're, unnecessarily, unjustly abusive or unjustly, I don't know, rude or something like that, and just, you know, effing with me, like I'm gonna stop all this. But I feel like, because maybe you are kind of a person who doesn't really like confrontation, doesn't really like conflict, so you are not telling yourself that this is you are brewing this anger and aggression yourself, within yourself. But I feel like the moment you are gonna tell yourself that yes, it's fine, I'm coming from a place of anger, I'm coming from a place of aggressiveness, so what, this is what it needs. The moment you're gonna say that to yourself, I feel like it's gonna be much more, this confrontation, it's gonna be much more relaxing. I don't know, I'm getting all these messages. Yes, it's gonna be much more relaxing. Maybe that's why, like you are, like that's why these things are came in reverse. Wolf and otter. Otter is all about, otter is one of my favorite in this card, because look at this. So cute. Anyway, it's like, like you feel like you have been very patient with the lone wolf. You have been very patient. You have been, like almost like you are gazing at this situation and this crisis, and you feel like, okay, maybe they're gonna learn, they're gonna understand what they're doing, where they're coming from. Maybe they will understand that they are not being judged. Maybe they will understand that they are not being fair. And you are like, okay, I'm just gonna wait, and everybody, works in their own time. I'm just gonna wait to for them to understand where they're coming from and where I'm coming from. But and you have been waiting. This otter, is very friendly. It's like you wanna support. I feel like this is your character. Like nature. You are very, you wanna lend your hand for the people who need helps. You wanna be there for your friends. And I feel like this situation that you are confronting right now, it's coming from a place where you know this person very well, and you have been very patient, and you're like, okay, let me give them some time. They are going to understand, they are going to come to the senses, or they are going to understand that what they're doing, not which is hurting me, and what they're doing which is not really which kind of like blocking my path. Maybe they will understand that, and they will come forward, and maybe they will like, we can converse, and maybe we can, say sorry to each other or something like that. But this did not happen, and that's why you are like, if that. But I'm also saying that because I feel like this is the in between energy. But the moment you're gonna tell that to yourself, you're gonna become to this gazelle. Gazelle is very, it's like this is also your element, fire. Gazelle is like, they look everything, and they, it's like the sun is rising behind, and they feel the warmth, they absorb the energy, but they are not, they accept their own energy in a very calm way. Like this horse, if you do not, I feel like the only thing, it's a very simple thing that you need to do. Just say that yes, I am coming from anger because these people, whatever this people or the situation is extremely overbearing, and they are not coming to their senses, and I have been very patient, and it's not, if they're not bothering any others, I'm fine. But they're being nonsensical, and they're being insensitive, actually coming to my way, and it's actually like disrupting my way of growth. So that's why you feel so aggravated, and you feel so aggression. And just the moment you say that, yeah, aggression is fine at this moment, you are gonna eat that those fire, this heat of the sun not gonna go away, it's gonna amplify. But there are gonna be certain sense of calmness you are gonna feel in this confrontation. The whatever you want to talk, if you want to go and talk to them, if you want to address the situation in whatever way, it's going to be much more, you're going to feel much more confidence and not aggravated, and you are going to feel much more in control, like gazelle. That's what I'm getting. Seriously, this is a very unique message I got from these cards. I never got this message from. I have read this card so many times before, but this is the first time I got this very unique way of and then pure nature. Yeah, I really feel like that, Sagittarius, that you are the whosoever connecting with this kind of message, you are a very gentle heart. I don't know whether you show that to others or not, but you are very sensitive, you are very nurturing, and you are also very like if people talk like harsh and all that, it hurts you. It really hurts you. Even though you may come across very rough and tough from outside, but actually you are very very gentle and caring. That's why it's kind of riling you up, because you feel like that this person or this situation is taking advantage of your nature, of your nice, of your real, not nice, not like bourgeois way of being nice. You know what I mean? It's like you actually genuinely care for people. You do not wanna fight with people. You wanna give them time. You wanna understand them for who they are, what they're coming from. But there is always a limit, right? You feel like that you're like this your nature is actually they're taking advantage of it, and you feel that. The moment you feel that, you are like Sagittarius, you're like, are you kidding me? You're gonna play with me? And you got so aggravated, but you cannot address that you're aggravated to yourself. So that's what I'm feeling like. Just go to your, like, it's fine. Just address that. You are not gonna be changing. If you confront someone, if you feel aggressive, that doesn't mean that you are changing your pure nature and turning into some kind of violent person and turning into some kind of insensitive person. No, that's what it's needed right now in Chariot. It's saying, but the moment you acknowledge that this is needed, this kind of attitude is needed, you're gonna feel much more comfortable, much more calmer, and much more in control whenever. And you are gonna do the confrontation. I can tell you that this Chariot is coming very forcefully to me. This horse almost, I feel like it's just coming out of the card and running towards me. Like, it's just that kind of force I'm feeling. And so the confrontation gonna happen no matter what. You are gonna stop whatever this nonsense happening around you, or this person who is playing with you, with your emotion, with your feelings, with your with your very nice nature. Just know that being aggressive and being angry not gonna change you who you are. It's not gonna turn you into a monster. Sometimes roughness is what we need in order to be gentle and kind to others. I know this kind of controversial, paradoxical, but that's what you need right now. Okay, let's get into the tarot card and let's see what we have. Oh, I love when cards fly like that. We got Justice and Two of Swords in reverse. Perfect. Yeah, enough. This thing, Two of Wands. Hold on. Oh, this is very nice energy. One more. Six of Wands. Oh, Six of Wands with Ten of Cups. Oh, sweetie. Okay, let's get into this. This is such a nice energy. Okay, let's get into this Justice and the Two of Swords. The first thing I'm thinking, look at this. Oh my god, I wish you can see this very. You see that? The mirror image of this? This is very, like calm, quiet, pure, like that's kind of gentle. And it's like, okay, you're gonna F with me, I'm gonna F you back. That kind of, don't do that, like this, like very opposite but very necessary. That's what I'm feeling in the Chariot. That's exactly what I was feeling, that you are, and that kind of put you in a Two of Swords mode for quite a long time. You're like feeling like, oh, I don't want to be rude with this person. Oh, I don't, maybe they are coming from this perspective. Maybe, like your mind is like torn between all these different kind of thoughts, that how they are coming. Let like the thing is, this is truth. No matter how much tarot we want or read and watch, at the end of the day, you cannot know how exactly the other person is feeling. There is no way. Even if that person say that in words, word translate only percentile of their feelings, not the whole thing. So we have our own truth, and our own truth is true enough to go ahead. There is no such thing an ultimate truth. There is no, it's all relative. Whatever, I think there is a ultimate truth. I don't know ultimate truth or not, but there is ultimate kindness towards humanity. That's a different thing. But within that umbrella, we all have our own truth. And like you try to figure out that maybe that person is coming from this angle, maybe that person did not mean to say this, maybe that person has this on their plate. I need to, like you are being very, like you have been giving them a benefit of doubt for so long. It can be a person, it can be a situation, and it really put you, like turmoil. You even shut down all the other thing. You tried to align with your own senses to come up with a solid answer, but you couldn't. But now the justice and chariot, that's why chariot is so aggressive and aggravated. It feels like, okay, I'm gonna just go, I'm gonna get the justice, I'm gonna get pull out this sword of truth, and I'm just gonna really get into the, like whatever truth I feel. If it's hurting me, it's hurting me. you know if somebody, like this is the thing, if somebody stab you with a knife, it hurts whether you deserve it or not. That's a secondary question. The first thing is it hurts, and if you feel hurt, you are gonna tell that, or you are gonna do something to stop that hurting, right? Later on we can come to a conversation and figure out whose fault is that, what happened, all this detail. That the primary first aid is stop that hurting. And that's what you are realizing, that instead of just sitting on this and figuring out what they're thinking, or you don't want to hurt them, you don't want to come across like whatever, like bad person or rude person or whatever. But it's fine. Just you are determining that this is the time that I need to get my justice back. I need to get what serves me. you know if I don't care about myself, and I'm constantly hurting, and constantly this person or situation is making me confused, making my judgment clouded, then I won't be able to do anything productive. Or anything productive is I don't like that productive. I feels like we are like in a very consumerism kind of atmosphere, like produce. But it's not like productive. You know what I'm trying to say? You can do anything that you want to do in your life. You cannot make a simple decision because your mind is torn between this kind of energy. So you want to clear that out. Yeah. If you cannot breathe, you cannot live. So clear that air, breathe properly, so that you can see things clearly, so that you can hear things clearly, so that you can touch things clearly, so that you can activate all your senses properly. And you can move on with, you can go ahead with your life in this, with these senses. Yeah, two of wands with the otter and oath. Yeah, you have been waiting. You really wanted that person to come and tell that, like, okay, this is, you really wanted them to come towards you, or at least realize within themselves that they are doing something wrong. They are doing something that's hurting other people. They are doing something that is being unjust to other people. You really wanted them to either realize by themselves or come to you and at least talk about it, but they did not do that. And that's why all these things are all these things in reverse, because you are done with that. You cannot just wait, spend your entire life sitting by this window in this room and holding this wand, holding that person will come and grab the another wand, and you can just share the truth. But you are the only one who is holding the truth, and that person is like completely, is like not considering your situation. They want you, maybe they don't even want, I don't think they're even conscious of their own doing. They're just not realizing that their doing is holding you back. And maybe in their mind it feels like, okay, it's not my responsibility if you decide to sit in their room and look for me or waiting for me. I mean, they're a little insensitive, and you're realizing that. You are doing it from a very nice intent, a good intention. It's like, if everybody say, oh, like, if you my life, your life, individual, then what is then there is no life. We care for each other. That's why we're human being, and that's why life matters. If everybody is just, oh, I don't care if you're sitting in this room and wasting your time and not feeling purposefully in your life, that's fine. That's not my life. I'm just gonna do whatever I do. I'm just gonna be keep on being insensitive. I'm not gonna acknowledge, I'm not gonna take any responsibility. And if you cannot blame me for you sitting there. I mean, those kind of attitude, I'm really getting that, and you are kind of started to get that, and you feel like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna bring justice. Good for you, Sagittarius. And look what happens when you confront this. When you like, either you confront them by telling them, hey, call them out on their bullshit and really tell them what they're actually doing, so that maybe I really feel the person, I really feel this is a person or situation, but I'm, like, they are completely oblivious. They have no idea. I don't think they're smart enough. They don't reflect on themselves. They don't have too much of intuition, and they just do things without blindly, without knowing what this their deeds is actually producing, and they're completely oblivious on what they're actually producing and how they're affecting to other people. And I don't think, they're not gonna come to their senses, and you realize that, and you are like, I'm just gonna go, either you are gonna go to them and call them out on their bullshit, and like, show them the light on their eyes, like, hey, open up, open your eyes, look what you are working on and what kind of repercussion it creates. Or you can just say, I feel like this could be two ways. Or you can just come to an understanding that there is no point even to confront them. Just let them be, and you are just gonna be just, like, dropped on the face of the earth, that kind of thing. It's like, that's it. Okay. And I really feel like, and after this, look at this 10 of cups. Maybe this whole thing has held you back to be with someone that you really want to be with. This, yeah, look at these two people. I really feel like that. The ones you let this, I don't know why this held you back for so long. Maybe this is somebody very significant in your life that has not been understanding your love towards this person, and you wanted them to understand where you are coming from. It could be your ex. Not all ex fights. Maybe you are friend with your ex and you wanted them to understand your new love, the person you deeply love, and you wanted, all of these people come together, but they just did not understand. They just did not understand, even though maybe you are friend with your ex, or maybe it's your best friend. I don't know what kind of relationship you have, but this person is important to you, that you have been troubling with, but that person held you back to be with someone that you dearly, deeply love, and you feel like that you can be with them for so long and create a life together and share your life together, experience together. And look at this, what happened right after you confront, right after you get off this, you hold this chariot energy and let go of these things. You understand that you are just, they are not conscious enough to understand what you are doing. They will not understand your good deeds. They will not understand that you care for so much, you care for their advice, you care for what they think so much that you wait it, even though, and I'm also seeing that you are looking at this 10 of cups. It's like, look at this, you not only waited for that, because you also longed for this person, like, be with this another person that you are in love with, but they are like, they did not understand your goodwill, they did not understand, and now you confronted them, and you are like, you know what, done. You're like, done. Seriously, that's the like, okay, you can be, that doesn't mean that they are going to disappear from your life, but you are understanding their true colors, like what they kept capable of doing, and you are like accepting that. Okay, you're like, you're not trying to get any kind of apology, not trying to get any kind of their acceptance anymore. You are like, okay, you can be where you are, but you are not going to hold me back from me being with someone that I really really cherish to be with. And you are like, you are really coming into your confidence, and you are claiming all this, and you are going to be, I'm 10 of cups. It's like, directly, this is the thing that was blocking you to be with this person, to be with your 10 of cups that you really really feel so comfortable with. You want to be with this person, you want to share your life with, you want to create new experiences, memories. It's almost like a childlike, like, be just you, and like that kind of, this person makes you feel safe and comfortable. And so much conflict happened between, you couldn't come to be with this person because of all this nonsensical energy, and you are like, yeah, anyway, I think you got the message. Okay, let's get what's happening. Okay, let's get more cards and see. I know it's gonna be a long read, but oh my god, look at this. How many cards I got? Should I take all this? Yeah, I got that, yes. Justice in reverse. Actually, you know what? I don't feel like it needs to be reversed. I really don't feel like. Otherwise, I would not have changed it. Okay, let's see what we have. Devil. Okay. 2 of Swords again. 3 of Wands. 6 of Pentacles. And 3 of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, Sagittarius, you know what I'm getting right off the back is that this justice is gonna happen. You are gonna cut this thing. You realizing that this is the main issue between you getting your 10 of Cups and gain your confidence back. I feel like right now you are having a little bit of low self-esteem, and you have been working on that little bit of low self-esteem and confidence issue. This is the ones you are going to confront. This is going to bring back the 6 of Wands and the 10 of Cups, and you know that right now, after you get this epiphany, after you get this Chariot energy, you are going to know that this is the obstruction, and it's like a Ganesha, removal of all of obstruction. Justice twice, 2 of Swords twice, like you can see that what's happening here. So this justice is there, even though it came reverse, but I feel like it's gonna be upright. But why it is reverse, let me tell you. I'm just getting, you couldn't get the justice before because of this lineup, but now the justice is gonna be there. You are gonna bring it. It's not gonna be given to you, it's not gonna be handed over to you. You are gonna claim it. Look at this. I mean, Devil with 2 of Swords. This person or situation, it could be two ways, it could be not a single. They just, it's like a bondage. And I'm not getting any romantic relationship or anything. It's just the situation around you. They made you like a financially dependent on them. They made you morally dependent on them. That's why it is so important for you, for their acceptance. You feel like, if they do not accept your new love, the person you want to be with, it's gonna be a little bit devastating for you. So you wanted them, their acceptance so much is they kind of had a hold on you. How you lead your life, what kind of decision you make, and I also getting like, this is not a new thing. It's like maybe this person is a family member or something who held you back for so long that all your life you felt this 2 of Swords. I'm also getting if you're relating with this kind of reading, you also all your life you had trouble making decision clear cut. You never could. You always felt this uncomfortability and kind of struggle to come to, like, to really declare to yourself what you truly want. because of this kind of bond. It felt like that whatever you do, it has to be aligned with this person or the family member, their taste, their moral, their ethics. Otherwise it's gonna be disapproved, or you are gonna be looked down upon. And you cannot do that. And I feel like that every time you try to do things on your own, but at the same time you couldn't go all the way, because in the back it's like they are constantly, like holding that string of your morale, of your action, and it made you stuck for so long in your life that you cannot even make decision. And like, but you are very spiritual person, I can say. Like, you are very more than spiritual. I feel like you are very soft hearted person. But you prayed, with the three of wands. I feel like you just prayed, you tried to expand your knowledge. You feel like, okay, if I cannot make decision on my own, maybe universe will give me some kind of indication. Maybe universe gonna make things right for me, so I don't have to make the decision. So whatever comes to me, it's gonna be come from the universe, come from the divine, and I'm gonna follow. So you put a lot of faith and lot of trust in the universe, because you feel like in your practical life your hands are little tied, even though it's not, that. Please understand, this person did not tie you like literally. They did not tell you, hey, you have to, follow every instruction I give. On the contrary, they give you this sense of learning that, oh, people needs to be on their own, people needs to be, make their own decision, everybody's free, that kind of libertarian kind of ideology. But in the back, because they are so ingrained in your psyche, that it just subconsciously they gave you. I'm not saying it's their fault as well, it's just the dynamics between you and that person or the family or whatever situation. You felt constantly that even though you have free will, even though you are not tied up, you can do whatever you want. But at the end of the day, whatever you want, it has to be lined up with this. It has to be lined up with what they value, what they feel you are doing. Otherwise they will feel like, even though they are not gonna tell you, but you are gonna disappoint them, you are gonna upset them, but they are not gonna tell you that, because on the surface you are free, right? And that's, those dynamics made you very dependent on universe, and made you, like, you kind of prayed, you cried, you said, what, just bring the good luck for to me, so I will not question. So if whatever comes to me, I will know that it comes from a good place, so I will follow my curiosity, and I will go with it. Because I am having hard time to making decision of my own, make understanding what I truly want. So you are like, okay, I don't really know what I truly want, but I trust universe, so whatever universe bring it to me on my way, I'm gonna be jumping into it with curiosity, knowing that universe is bringing good stuff to me. Because I cannot form what I truly want, because my want and my moral, my ethics, my psyche is deeply rooted with this person or this family or something like that. So I don't know what I want on my own. I feel like whatever I want, it comes from whatever this person will feel satisfied, even though it's not on paper. I hope it makes sense. I hope it makes sense. This is a very controlling thing, but I don't think that person deliberately controlled you. It's like the dynamics. It just maybe I'm really feeling like it's maybe a family member or somebody that kind of, that always gave you advice from childhood, or maybe not childhood, at least for a long time. Like whenever you had trouble, you always go to them and ask for help, or you kind of shared your stuff, and they gave you some kind of advice. So over the period of time, you kind of build a certain sense of paradigm of trust with them, and you feel like you have to, whatever you do, that has to be aligned with how they view the world. Otherwise they are going to be disappointed, and you don't want to be disappoint them. I don't know, it's just a, and look at this is the more problematic things here. Like what happened, even though it felt like that it was like equal give and take, But it was not. Look at this person is giving, this person, these two are on their knees. There is no power equality. Even though it feels very generous, even though it felt very nurturing, but there was always this power control. And that's the devil here with this situation. Like, it could be your parents, it could be your aunt, it could be your friends that you always go to, your childhood friend, your best friend. Maybe I'm not saying they're a bad person, please understand that. It's just the dynamics, how it kind of formed over the period of time. They want to be generous, but at the same time, subconsciously, there is a power thing going on. They tell you, it's almost like you look up to them. They tell you like, oh, this is the good thing, and like, and you question them, but at the in your back of your head, you do everything in life to satisfy their moral standard, to satisfy their what they think is a good way of being and good way of living. And it could be, if they think that something is rebellious, maybe you don't feel it's rebellious, maybe you don't feel it's actually, maybe you may feel otherwise, but you don't voice that. You automatically take their standpoint as the ideal one. It's like a because I feel like maybe I'm getting that as a maybe heavy family influence, and it come across on the surface very generous, and they want to be generous. Trust me, they want to be generous. It's just the unspoken subconscious power struggle that you are. And now you are, I'm also feeling this 10 of cups has something to do with it, because the person that you're deeply in love with and you want to be with, that person somehow contradict or challenge this way of belief system. This person, and like, whenever you are with this person, you feel more aligned with what you want, which never really you got to that, because it's always kind of shadowed by this ideology, what they wanted. But with this person, you feel like finally you are getting a sense of your own voice, detaching from this person shadows. And because this person, like, being with this person, that the person you love want to be with, kind of contradict with this person's, the way they view life. So it's like you kind of got caught in, like, in the middle. And it and you and more you look into that, more you feel that how much this energy entrapped you. And finally, you feel like, okay, maybe this person, I hope I'm not confusing, because there's a prominent two energy, and like that thing that held you up, you feel like, okay, maybe they will understand that the way they are doing it is actually not really liberating, it's controlling. Maybe they will understand, but you also know they don't do it deliberately. Like I say, they are completely oblivious, they don't know what they do. They just feel like whatever they do is right thing. But now, being in love with this person is actually making you more aware of your own senses, what you want to be, what kind of decision you want to take. Whole life you feel like in the middle of the tug of war. You never really made up your own mind, you always kind of followed whatever that person wanted to do. Subconsciously their path became your path. You know what I mean? But now you realize that your path is actually more matched with this 10 of cups person. This is your love, and you realize that what vibration you vibe with individually. Like, if you detach this energy, you vibe with this energy more than this energy. And it took you quite a long time to bring that justice and cut that tie, because you realize that this is only making you less self-confident, because if you don't know truly yourself, what you want, what you need, where you want to be, then you cannot feel confident, because every time you're going to speak, every time you're going to do something, it has to be aligned with someone else's moral. Otherwise you feel like that your action not going to be accepted. So it always has this codependency kind of energy. But because this energy, I feel like, and this energy has been there for a long period of time in your life, maybe since childhood, if it is a parental figure, if it is from a family, if it is from a very childhood friend that you trusted like nobody else, like those kind of things. I'm not saying they're bad, it's just you are growing up, you are growing, you are growing out of this, because you are forming your own sense of being, you are forming your own need, you are forming your own want, you are forming your own desire, and that own thing, your own personal thing, lining up more with the person that you are dealing with, in love with, and want to be with. And because of that, you couldn't be with this person for so long, and right now you are like, enough is enough. Oh my god, this reading is long, but it's very, very, maybe somebody really gets some kind of clarity out of it. Should I stop it here? Hold on. Okay, let's get another layer. Why not, right? I know it's gonna be long, but I really feel like that somebody needed to hear this. It will bring some clarity, seriously. It will bring some clarity to your life. Let's scan what we have. And that's why the justice was in reverse, because you couldn't come to this. Justice takes a lot of, if you don't know what you want, if you don't know what you need, then how can you bring justice to yourself? Justice needs that clear, I want this, I'm gonna, if somebody trying to take away that from me, okay, I'm gonna bring justice, I'm gonna call them out. But if you have this foggy idea of what you need, what you want, you cannot bring justice. That's why it was came reverse. Now it makes sense why it came reverse. Okay, look at the Six of Cups in reverse, Five of Pentacles. Yes, this is a person that you feel like a soul connection, Sagittarius. You do. But you couldn't, you even trying to convince yourself that this is not what you thought. You even trying to convince yourself that this is not a soul connection, because this whole thing, because whatever they want is lining up your whatever you want, but whatever this two is not lining up with this energy. And you feel like, oh my god, I am not gonna get this, because I am, where I am, I don't have where I am, I cannot manifest this. It completely opposite, and it feels like that I'm gonna be always in the lack. I don't have self-confidence. That's why the Six of Wands here, because you are cutting that bond, cutting that all these things, and you are getting this confidence back. You had a huge confidence issue before because of this, because you always tried to match up, you always tried to do things even though you, in the name of your own will, in the free will, but it always subconsciously you tried to match up so that you can get approval by this person. Your action was always measured up with this person ethics and moral and desire and what they value in life, and what they think that life is good or bad. And you felt, when you met this person, you felt that huge self-confidence issue, and over the period of time you kind of even trying to convince them yourself that this is not your soul connection, but this is truly is. And I don't think you tried to convince that, because it's just too painful not to be with them, and so you are trying to convince yourself in negative way so that it doesn't feel that painful. Because at the end of the day, if you convince yourself, oh, this is not my soulmate, this is not the person I'm supposed to be, you will feel much more okay, that's fine, okay, then it's fine if I'm not be with them. But if you like, that's the thing I feel like. And it created a lot of it took a dam in your self-confidence and self-esteem, and you feel very sad. It made you feel very sad, because all these things couldn't let you be with this person. But you are going to be with this person. The moment you bring justice, you are going to be with this person immediately after. Okay, one more card, let's see, and then I'm going to get some oracle card. And okay, yeah, Two of Swords in reverse. Oh my god, finally. See, it's just saying that, okay, no more, you are not this way, okay, should I do this to get approval from this person? Okay, maybe if I do this, that this person will think that actually I'm growing, and all this thing. If that you are trying to, now with the justice, it's not even about this person or what, you're trying to build your own want, you're trying to build your own need, trying to build your what you want to be, how you want to see your life, not to get someone else's approval, not to get someone else's line up with someone else's ethics and morals. You are building your own ethics and morals so that someone else can vibe with yours. if this thing match, like it really match with this. But if you don't have your own ethics or moral, it's, how can you match with someone? In order to match with someone, you need to have something on your own. So that's what you are realizing, and that's why you are bringing the justice to observe. No more this person, that person, no more how to line up with this thought, how to line up with that thought. No, it's your thought, and that's it. Hold on. I know I'm being little sporadic today. I just needed to check this camera. I don't know, this camera is acting little weird, so I need to go and check whether it's working or not, because I really want to deliver this message, and I don't want to, after all this, oh, it did not record, and that will be such a bummer. Okay, what is the invitation for you, Sagittarius? What's the invitation? What's universe want you to do at this moment? And these cards, the invitation cards, are very time sensitive. So whatever the invitation universe is telling you, you want to do it. I mean, there is no force, but if you really feel that you need to go with this energy, then this time sensitive card, it's asking you to do it in a timely manner. Ego. Yeah, look at this. Oof, beautiful. Eagle, justice. Oh my god, there is an eagle right there. Okay. And what's your medicine? Your medicine is smoky mirror. Okay, so the eagle invitation is saying that eagle knows, it's like a very, they can, that's why I say, oh, you have such an eagle eye, eagle vision. What that one means, that means that eagle can view the overall picture, at the same time it can view the detail from distance. That's the beauty of eagle. Like in general, in order to see the detail, you have to be close to the object, and that sometimes take away the overall picture, the bigger picture that you see. But eagle, you and universe is telling you, because this is invitation, that's a direct message from universe to you. If you connected with this message, this is for you. Okay, universe is telling you, you are right in the moment. Right now is the moment where you have the capacity, you have gained that inner knowledge to see things, the whole picture. That's why you are seeing, you are really figuring out the pattern. You are really figuring, because this energy was pretty convoluted and it's very rooted in deep, so it's very hard to see. But with the eagle view, you are going to see that what exactly is holding you back to prosper your life, to form your own base. And you are seeing it right now. You are seeing it clearly with detail, because you are distancing yourself, but at the same time not losing the objectivity and not losing the eye for the detail of little nuance that goes into it. So this is the time to hone into that thing. Use your sword, use your mind, and really cut the cord. Really cut the cord. That doesn't mean that you don't have to cut the cord with the person, but cut this devil bonding. And you can do it right now. This is the time for you to do it. That's what the eagle is saying. Smoky mirror, that's a medicine. That means what you need to work on and what you need to be aware of. Exactly what I said. I feel like you have been sitting for a long period of time where you wanted to gain all this zen thing. You, like I said, like you are a sweetheart. So you send all this. Where is this? Okay, yeah, look at this. In this, if you rewind, you can hear I said, you never lost faith in, so you put faith and trust in universe. So you wanted to bring all this positive thing in your life. You wanted to be zen, you wanted to be aligned with your chakras, but you did not look into the mirror. You did not go deep, because this energy did not let you go deep, because subconsciously you are constantly trying to fit in to their expectation, and that prohibited you to go deeper, see the mirror, see the reflection. And you did not acknowledge that for a long period of time, and you tried to bring like happiness, calmness by being this. Meditation yoga is not going to bring you happiness and calmness if you are chaotic inside. Just because we are putting a cover on top of this, that doesn't mean that it's gone away. And that you have been doing for so long is telling me, I'm also getting that it's stone that you have been doing almost on entire life, that you try to build your peace, you try to build your harmony from external thing, try to do yoga, try to do, eat good, like all this different kind of lifestyle, try to do the right thing, whatever people think it's right, but not really looking into the mirror, because that's what the actual problem was. But now with the eagle, you can view that, and this is the time to bring that justice and cut the cord with the devil and be with this person. Or not only be with this person is just a fraction of the whole thing. The main purpose here, you forming your own need, forming your own want, without feeling subconsciously this pressure that you have to align with someone else in order to feel that you are doing something useful. Forming your own base, that is the main message here. So I hope this is long, I know, but I hope whosoever needed to hear this, they heard it, and it will bring some clarity. I'm getting this confirmation from, and I'm hearing this message will bring you ultimate clarity. Okay,